Welcome to A Reason to Believe. A special presentation of Sick Kids, a place of hope for children and families everywhere.
Hello, I'm Paul Gross.
And I'm Sherry Miller.
Please stay with us for this very special broadcast. It's a behind-the-scenes look at incredible stories of courage and hope.
We'll take you through these corridors as we show you never-before-seen procedures and medical breakthroughs.
You'll meet 6-year-old Christopher. Already spent more than half of his life just trying to stay alive. Amanda, a girl who's thankful for every breath she takes. Stevie Ray, a star before the age of 5. And a little girl whose life and death has inspired us to care even more.
We want to share their incredible stories with you, but it's also your chance to take part, to make sure Sick Kids remains one of the best children's hospitals in the world, and we need you now more than ever before.
If you believe that no child should have to suffer and that we should do everything we can to ease their pain and give them hope for a future, then please stay with us and please join us.
Here's a good friend of Sick Kids with our first story.
When Christopher was only 3 years old, he told his parents he didn't want to celebrate his 4th birthday because he said, when you get bigger, you die. It was a very sick little boy's way of saying that he desperately wanted to freeze time. Unfortunately, Christopher's parents couldn't make his wish come true. And the next 3 years would be worse than Christopher ever imagined. It's hard to believe this little bundle of energy, this magical little boy called Christopher, just fought the battle of his life. At 2.5 years old, Christopher was full of spunk and feeling great. But just weeks later, by Christmas, the diagnosis came. And Christopher's mom wondered if this would be their last Christmas together.
It's almost like somebody was sitting on my chest, that I could not breathe. You're trying to be calm, but it is. It's like somebody took you and just stopped everything.
Christopher was a small baby, but he seemed so healthy, and his mom and dad couldn't be happier. But what no one knew was that a deadly cancer was growing inside of him. On the surface, life was normal for this 2-year-old, and his magical spirit shined brightly. Until Christopher's 3rd Christmas, when things turned quickly, and suddenly he was at death's door and about to embark on the worst 3 years imaginable.
In patients such as Christopher, the tumor's already advanced and it's biologically very aggressive. It was in the adrenal gland, but unfortunately when he came here, it had spread to the back of one of his eyes, so that's why he has lost some of the vision. By the time he got here, it had spread to the bone, multiple bones in the body. It had spread to the bone marrow. That it was basically throughout his whole body.
Christopher has neuroblastoma, a deadly form of cancer that affects the nervous system and often spreads to other organs. But for his parents, Kathy and Rick, comfort and hope come from Christopher's incredible doctor. Dr. Papo hasn't left Christopher's side throughout his battle, including many rounds of chemotherapy, surgery, radiation, and even a bone marrow transplant. He knows the pain Christopher has suffered and that his current state of remission may not last. So he makes every moment special.
Okay, and do they still sing the same song? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Heroes in a Half Shell, Turtle Power?
For Christopher, the incredible Dr. Papo has become his best friend.
And you do this one over here, real tight. Okay, without bending it?
For Dr. Papo, Christopher has become a source of inspiration every single day.
Why I do it is because of kids like Christopher. I think he's a magical little boy.
We're going to try one needle.
Donna Carter is a nuclear medicine specialist and another loving member of Christopher's hospital family. She helps him get through painful needle pokes and lengthy tests to make sure he doesn't get any worse. Today is more blood work, and Christopher is being incredibly brave.
Okay, Chris, you know what? That's the hard part all done, okay? And when you come back, we're just gonna take some pictures like we do, okay? He's a real fighter. He just does everything that we ask him to do, you know, which is a lot for a little guy his age. He's a joy to work with. He just is great. And he's very inspirational. He's one of the reasons that, you know, I work here. I was off for a long time, just a little while ago on parental leave, and I kept thinking, I wonder how Chris is doing. I wonder how Chris is doing. You know, he's one of the kids that you remember.
And one of the things she never forgets is the fear in the eyes of a child like Christopher. So today, while he endures another to see if his cancers come back, Donna plays his favorite video to take his mind off what's really going on. Today's scan will tell us if the cancer in Christopher's bones has redeveloped. But Donna finds that possibility too painful to imagine.
Can somebody do what Chris say again?
Can you stop talking? Can I keep hearing when everybody talks?
talking? Because you can't hear SpongeBob? Okay. Okay, we'll keep our voice down.
A little reprimand from her patient gives Donna hope that today's news will be good and life will be normal for Christopher again one day, and for every child she sees.
Must be tired. All the kids, because we see all of them. And absolutely every single one that comes in, we go, okay, let this one be free. Let this one be good. Yeah.
Hi, guys.
When Christopher comes for a visit, another special friend is always there to cheer him up. Lena works in the cancer unit, and she's touched Christopher.
Christopher, how are you?
But perhaps he's touched hers more.
That's what gets me up every day in the morning. I'm blessed. I'm truly blessed to work here. I don't take for granted anything at all. And I meet wonderful human beings, people from all walks of life, and they make me a better person. And every day I thrive, and I really try hard for myself and for them to do whatever I can to make them feel a little better.
And so does this man, the incredible Dr. Papo. And words of gratitude for him from this family are almost impossible to find.
I don't worry at all with Christopher's care because I know he's got the best of care. You know, Christopher's almost 3 when he was diagnosed, and he's going to be 6. So we've had 3 more years than we would have. There are no words to tell somebody that they gave you back your son.
Okay, we have to write in your name.
And it's with that thought in mind that Kathy is thankful for this day, when she and her boys can look forward to celebrating one more birthday with Christopher. Every birthday is a blessing, but it's also a reminder of her fear, and it's the worst fear of all.
That he'll die, that it'll come back. Neuroblastoma is known to, kids are known to relapse with it. It's known to come back, even years later. So even though every year is a victory, and you just keep hoping, but my biggest fear is that it'll come back.
But for now, Kathy celebrates the incredible gift that Dr. Papo and everyone at Sick Kids has given her, and the joy that this little boy has brought to their life.
He gives us back everything. He makes life worthwhile. It's the best gift they could have given us, is his life.
But as she holds Christopher just a little bit closer tonight, she can't help but wonder how many more bedtime hugs there will be. Christopher's battle is far from over, and for his parents, the nightmare continues. Because the odds are just 3 in 10 for someone like Christopher. That's 7 out of 10 who won't make it. But at Sick Kids, we won't let statistics like this stand in our way, because every life is worth saving. The dedicated doctors and nurses in Christopher's life are doing everything in their power to help save Christopher. His won't give up, and Sick Kids won't give up. Please do what you can to help Christopher and the other children who are suffering right now. We need your support. Please call to help.
Hi, I'm Sherry Miller, and I'm here today for one reason, so that more children like these can be given a chance for a healthy future, a chance for a life. We've got lots of amazing stories coming up, so stay with us, but we're also here to ask you to do one simple thing for these kids, and that is to join our Miracle Club with a monthly gift of support.
Hello, this is Sick Kids.
When you call to join the Miracle Club for $21 a month, that's just 70 cents a day, we'll send you the picture and story of a child who's being helped by Sick Kids. You'll also receive regular updates about how your money is being spent, including more stories and photos of you are helping.
I'd like to use my credit card, please.
When you use your credit card or checking account to join right now, we'll also send you this cuddly little bear. He's our way of saying thanks. But the most exciting part is that we'll give another bear, one just like yours, to a sick child in the hospital, all for just $21 a month. And joining is easy. You can call or visit our website to join online. Either way, please just do it right now.
It's definitely a miracle that I'm here today, and Sick Kids is the miracle. There's not a question about it that I would not be here if it weren't for them.
There is no hospital, believe me, there is no hospital like Sick Kids. They treat the patients with such care and love.
This hospital is the most important hospital for all the kids in Canada. It is an important institution, so important that we have to keep her at any cost.
If you've ever thought, as I so often have, that it just doesn't seem fair that these children have to suffer through no fault of their own, then please pick up the phone and join right now while you're thinking of it. We're waiting, and the kids are waiting. Please call right now.
Please stay with us. We have many incredible stories coming right up. Like this amazing little boy who's determined to beat all the odds as he fights the biggest battle of his life. And this little girl who found a miraculous way for her illness to help others. But right now, a very special supporter of Sick Kids with our next story.
When you find out your 2-year-old has only a month or 2 to live, without very aggressive treatment that may not save him, you really only have 2 choices: give up or fight back. Well, in little Stevie Ray's case, there was really only one choice. Take a look, and you'll see exactly what I mean. Meet brave Stevie Ray.
Stevie Ray was diagnosed 123 weeks ago because he's on week 123 of chemotherapy, so it's almost now 2.5 years. He has acute lymphoblastic leukemia, which is the most common type of cancer in children.
Hi, Dr. Takeo.
How are you today?
Good.
You're good? That's good. He was fairly young when he was diagnosed, and that is not often a good thing. And there seemed to be involvement of his brain as well, so he has needed more treatment than most children.
How would you describe yourself, Stevie?
I have brown eyes and a green shirt and a white shirt and some Spider-Man underwear.
And you look handsome?
No, but I do have hair.
Is that a good thing? Was there a time you didn't have hair?
Yes, I got bald 3 times.
Most of his treatment is chemotherapy. Many drugs are given into an intravenous. Some drugs he takes by swallowing them. And then as well, he has a considerable amount of drugs that are administered to him every 8 weeks into his spine, directly into his spine. And for that, he requires an operation and he's put to sleep. And then a needle, a small needle, is placed into the lower part of his spine. He has 7 more weeks to go. So it's sort of like the countdown right now. And when he does stop his chemotherapy, we don't say goodbye to him and never see him again. We actually continue to see him on a monthly basis, initially for the first 6 months, and then after that it becomes every other month. And eventually, if he continues to do well, it becomes every year. until he's 18 years of age. So he'll continue to be followed here for a long, long time.
Stevie Ray is just a little bright light. He's just so full of life. He likes to run around here and tease all the nurses and play with them. He's a very active and happy little boy.
Hello, I'm Mr. Bottle.
It doesn't even occur to him that he's sick. He just keeps going. It's just a very active boy. And now you got beautiful hair, don't you? You have beautiful hair now. Lots of it.
Stevie Ray, how do you feel about needles?
It feels kind of painful, and when I first got my first finger poke, it didn't hurt so bad.
But now it hurts more?
No. I'm brave. Remember?
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A fireman, a rock star, and a policeman.
If you could be one thing in the whole world of those three things, what would you like to be?
A rock star. Give me the people to free my soul. I wanna get lost in rock and roll and drift away.
He's doing extremely well. We've taken a child that certainly without modern treatment had 1 or 2 months to live and get to become a teenager and a bit of a rebellious teenager. But yeah, that's my wish, that he's cured.
I really couldn't imagine how I would have gotten through taking care of Stevie Ray without sick kids. Anything that worries us, anything we're concerned about, we can call. And you're certainly not going to get the expertise and the caring. I mean, these people are top of the line.
Good.
Hear anything?
Of course, I hear your heart. Bye, Stevie Ray.
Bye. Bye.
Stevie Ray's so full of life, isn't he? But looks can be deceiving. And what he doesn't want you to know is the horrible pain he's been in and how much he suffered. Take a look. Because these tell that story. They're Stevie Ray's, and they look like simple necklaces, but they're called bravery beads, and every bead represents something he's had to endure during his cancer treatment. These ones are for the 3 times he's lost his hair during chemotherapy. And this special little bead is for the tube that's been implanted near Stevie Ray's heart to deliver his life-saving medicine. So many beads for one little boy. We desperately hope Stevie Ray will be okay, but he's going to need a lot more than courage and his necklace of honor to get through this. He needs you. Your support will help us develop the treatments and find the cures we need so that kids like Stevie Ray won't have to suffer anymore. Please call right now.
These stories are amazing. But can you imagine if there was no hospital for sick children? No place for kids like these to turn to for the help they so desperately need? No place for my kids or yours? It could happen. But thankfully, we don't have to imagine this. Not yet. Because Sick Kids Hospital is here.
Hello, this is Sick Kids.
When you call to join the Miracle Club for $21 a month, that's just 70 cents a day. We'll rush you the picture and story of a child who's being helped by sick kids. A little girl or boy who is counting on that special care that you will make possible. Your monthly gift is so important. It means that more money can go directly to saving children's lives. Miracle Club members, with their support of $21 a month, help save children every single day, helping us develop better treatments, find more cures for the deadly childhood diseases that take the lives of far too many children.
Sick Kids has been my home away from home, has been one of the greatest homes any child could have, I guess. And for me, it's been my saving home. The nurses, the doctors, everyone makes it a place that you can really trust. You feel comfortable, you feel loved, you feel appreciated, and you know you're in great hands, that people are willing to do everything in their power to help you. There's no words to explain how Sick Kids has given me a gift of life, of love, of like joy, and given so many kids the opportunity to live even more than they could have experienced anywhere else in the world, I think. I had to learn to walk again, to talk again, to breathe again. Yeah, Sick Kids gave me a second chance at my life. The nurses, they became like good friends of mine. Like, we even keep in touch with them till this day. This hospital is the best in the whole world. And I owe my life to them, and I can't explain how grateful I am. There's nothing I could say to tell them. They're just amazing, and I thank them so much for everything.
When you support the work being done here, believe me, you will see a difference. In fact, just recently we discovered that for babies who need heart transplants, any heart will work, no matter what the blood type. Over half of children used to die waiting. Now, they get the heart they need and they have a chance for life. You'll hear all about these incredible developments and others through regular updates, with more stories and photos of kids telling you about the progress we're making and the kids who are feeling better, thanks to you.
I'd like to use pre-authorized checking, please.
If you call right now and use your credit card or checking account to join the Miracle Club, we'll give you and a sick child who's in the hospital this special little bear, one to remind you and one to remind a precious child of the wonderful thing you've done. Call right now or visit us online to join today. We simply want these kids to get better faster so they can go home. And we need to find more cures so they don't have to die. We've taken a lot of calls, but we still need yours. In today's world where calls are on the rise, we can't keep doing what we're doing without you. If we're going to provide the best care and find more life-saving cures for these kids, we need you, and we need you right now. Please call.
This story is about fighting cystic fibrosis. When a hospital or researchers at that hospital fight a disease, they're looking for ways to cure it or treat it or prevent it. And Sick Kids is a world leader in that. Well, what if you're a 14-year-old right now and cystic fibrosis is already in your body and threatening you? Then you're fighting for your life.
And take a big breath as big as you can all the way and out.
She's 14 and looks healthy. But tests like this tell a different story. Amanda Sinclair's lungs are barely keeping her alive. She should probably be using a wheelchair and an oxygen mask.
I'm just going to take a listen to your lungs.
But she is fighting back against cystic fibrosis.
Have you been wheezing at all in the last couple of days? Yeah.
Dr. Melinda Solomon is Amanda's doctor at Sick Kids.
Amanda was born with cystic fibrosis, and for her it's affected multiple organs for her, but her lungs have been affected the most. She has really thick mucus, and it's resulted in damaged lungs and a lot of chronic infections. She can't walk very far, she's unable to attend school, and she's had multiple admissions to hospital. So I think her outward appearance is deceiving, but inwardly we definitely need a transplant.
In fact, Amanda desperately needs a double lung transplant. She's already nearly died, but has learned not to panic even when she thinks, like she did recently, that her lungs were shutting down.
It felt almost like it was shriveled and absolutely no air was going there. But I'm always sick, so to get scared is kind of meaningless, I guess.
Amanda's brother Matthew was also born with CF, making this a double tragedy for the family. CF is genetic, so their mother Karen at first blamed herself when she learned her second child, Amanda, had also been born with the disease.
I was just totally devastated. I think I felt guilty. I felt like I've given my daughter a death sentence, basically.
Years of Sick Kids research have helped prove that special diet and drugs can make a difference. Amanda and Matthew must take up to 50 pills a day just to help their bodies digest their food.
You need some?
Karen makes sure that every one of her 4 children eats well. But for Amanda and Matthew, eating meals high in calories and salt is a matter of life and death. And this is only the beginning of the grinding and strict daily regimen CF children must follow. Years ago, they simply died. Every waking hour is filled with yet another procedure, another dose of meds. The disease within Amanda's body is fighting to kill her, but she is fighting back to stay alive. Her CF is so far advanced, she hasn't been to school in months. There simply isn't time. And now she's developed CF-related diabetes, meaning 2 injections a day, something she hates but endures.
I have to do my insulin and then enzymes. And usually I have to take pills once in the morning and once in the afternoon, so I take those as well. And then before I go to bed, I have to take another Ventolin mask. And sometimes, even in the middle of the night, I have to take a puffer.
But despite all of this, Amanda will not let this disease destroy her spirit.
From the day that I brought this baby home, I've never heard her once complain about having CF. Never. She's been a true trooper. You know, she talks about the future a lot, what I want to become, where I'm gonna go, what I'm gonna do. How can I not be inspired by that? She just keeps fighting every day of her life.
And it's that fight that keeps her alive, waiting for her transplant. Many who meet Amanda are amazed that yes, she understands how sick she is, but rarely lets it show.
Whenever I feel down and out, this is what I get. Wonderful, real joy. Yeah, that's what she gives me. A lot of pleasure in that. I feel very loved by her. You know. Yeah. Hey? That's what she does for me.
But there are dark moments when even Amanda can't hide the pain of being robbed of one of the most important things in her life.
I'm spending so much time doing things I don't want to do. I don't get to spend time with my friends. Because as soon as school's done, I have to go home. And I don't get to see them after that. And I don't get to go over to their houses often because I have to stay home and do my meds. Everything I do has to be timed.
So she continues with the hope of living one more day. But for her mother, there's always a constant fear.
I'm gonna walk into her room one morning and she won't be breathing. That's my biggest fear. Sometimes back, I was thinking, I wonder if she really understands that she could die. And she says, we sit and we talk about it. We go through the manual, the transplant manual. And she says, yeah, I know. Once I go under, Mom, anything can happen. I could die on the table, but what other choice do I have? I want to live, so I'm going to try. And that, to me, is real courage. Is real strength.
Strength and wisdom beyond her years, yes, but still a little girl who desperately wants to be granted one single wish.
To have the transplant go good, I think. Yeah.
These are the awful realities of cystic fibrosis. But no one here is giving up hope. No, just the opposite. We discovered the gene that causes CF. It was a turning point, and it happened right here at Sick Kids. But we can do more. We must do more. Seeing what Amanda goes through every day is heartbreaking. We want to help her in her fight to stay alive. You can help too, by calling to join our Miracle Club. Please call right now.
Can you believe what these children go through? I just can't imagine this happening to one of my kids. I can't imagine that any child has to suffer like this. It doesn't make sense. But what does make sense is that we have sick kids, where caring people are working to take their pain away. Please be a lifeline of support to the kids. Please call to join our Miracle Club right now.
Hello, this is Sick Kids.
When you call to join the Miracle Club for $21 a month, that's just 70 cents a day, we'll send you the picture and story of a child who's being helped by sick kids. You'll also receive regular updates about how your money is being spent, including more stories and photos of children you are helping. For as little as $21 a month, you can make sure that this hospital continues to provide the best care in the world. If your circumstances change for any reason and you need to change your support, we'll understand. But right now, we need you. And as a very special friend to the hospital, you can trust us to spend your money wisely. Your money goes directly to the work being done right here to save these kids.
I would like to use pre-authorized checking, please.
When you use your credit card or checking account to join right now, we'll also send you this cuddly little bear. He's our way of saying thanks. But the most exciting part is that we'll give another bear, one just like yours, to a sick child in the hospital. These little guys really have a way of putting a smile on a child's face. And joining is easy. You can call or visit our website to join online. Either way, please just do it right now.
Well, I can tell you from day one, from the day I walked through those doors, I have nothing but praise for Sick Kids. They have been incredible.
Without Sick Kids Hospital, Amanda would never be alive today.
We all dream of a world where children aren't sick. But the harsh reality is, for this dream to come true, we simply need more financial support. At a time when these things are underfunded, it's up to you and me to provide the backing that's desperately needed for sick kids. Please call right now and turn this dream into a reality, and please do it right now.
There's something amazing going on here at Sick Kids, because many of our doctors are also researchers, which means they can see what's happening with a child and then take that information to the lab to research the problem. That means the children get the leading edge care they need without delay. We're on an urgent quest to discover better treatments and cures, and we can't slow down, which is why we need your support to help make these discoveries happen faster. Please call with your monthly gift. It's critical, and it's needed right now.
Have you ever wondered how you'd feel if you found out you had cancer? How it would change your life forever, or how you deal with it? Now imagine if you're a 7-year-old and you just found out. How would you deal with it then?
My name is Julian, and I had medulloblastoma, which is a brain tumor. I was just feeling really sick, and my head was spinning, and I didn't go to school for a couple days. I started throwing up with everything I ate, and I thought I just had the flu.
It was in the winter months of 2003. He had flu-like symptoms. From then, there were other physical changes that I noticed. His eyes seemed to be drawn in towards his nose a little. Maybe a bit of a walking with a gait every so often when he was tired. So we kept going back to the doctor and going back to his pediatrician. She was just great. She would be a good listener and say, well, let's try this. And finally, you know, I guess his intuition just, I just thought one day, you know what, can we have a CAT scan? The night before we went for that test, the CAT scan, he was at that point walking with his head tilted, and I said, Julian, now, why are you doing that? And he said, because there's less pressure in my head when I do that. And at that point, I just took a breath, and a chill just came over me. And I remember going to sleep that night saying to my husband, I have a bad feeling about this one, Jeff.
Julian was diagnosed with a medulloblastoma. Medulloblastoma are one of the most malignant and most common malignant brain tumors in childhood. And by the time he was admitted to the hospital, it was quite obvious that he suffered from a brain tumor and necessitating urgent intervention. If you do not help to remove brain pressure, this can result even in death.
Hearing cancer was devastating. Yep, it is. That's a lot to take. Actually, at the time, he was 7. 7-year-old, you have to tell them that he may not make it. That's hard.
The scariest thing about having cancer is knowing if you're going to choose the path of life or death. I didn't make a choice. I just prayed to God that I chose the path of life.
I didn't know what I was going to face. A brain tumor. My God, that sounds so devastating.
It's like having somebody put fire on your back and leave it there, and and when they just put the fire out, there's still going to be a lot of marks of remembering what happened.
And it was again that feeling of the floor falling beneath you. As everything that you know is safe is no longer there. Until you walk in here, and then there's all these people that are assuring you it's going to be.
I felt like I wasn't going to make it. I thought I won't pull through with this alive. But a nurse came in, held my hand, and said, there are a lot of people that can't make it because they don't have survival chances, but you have 80% out of 100 chances of living, and I promise you, you will get through this alive.
It was possible in Julian's case to remove this tumor, providing then treatment consisting of radiation as well as chemotherapy. Radiation takes 6 weeks, but chemotherapy and the whole treatment takes 14 months.
How have you been so far?
Okay.
Good?
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Would you start taking off your glasses, please?
We had people taking care of him medically, people taking care of him psychologically.
Be strong. Oh, you are. Great.
You know you have the best. We kept saying to each other, Jeff and I, thank God we're here. Thank God we're here.
Are you able to touch your nose?
I'll try.
Yeah, try. Good. Pretty close.
I would say to my doctors that they're amazing, and I couldn't thank them enough for saving my life and letting me have this experience to live today, right now.
How could we thank you enough for a life you've given back? A life you've given back.
I think that there is a line just guiding you through the whole room, and I will be beside you.
Sick Kids has saved my life, but I fear that the cancer or a different type of cancer that may not be curable may come back once again, and I may not survive whatever I think might be coming. I have met one kid that has just started, and I just thought to myself, I just cried, and in my heart I just hoped that he would have the confidence that I got from the doctors and nurses, and I'd say just keep going, hold on, you'll make it through this.
These children aren't just small adults. They get diseases that you and I don't get, terrible diseases. And they have fragile bodies that are trying so hard just to grow up. All this means that they need very special care. Equipment and instruments that are designed just for kids. Treatments that are made to be extra gentle. And that's where you come in. You can help make sure that every child gets the special care they so desperately need. Please call with your monthly gift of support for sick kids. And please call right now.
Hello, this is Sick Kids.
When you call to join the Miracle Club, for $21 a month, that's just 70 cents a day, we'll rush you the picture and story of a child who's being helped by sick kids. A little boy or girl who is counting on that special care that you will make possible. At Sick Kids, we're accountable to you. We take your support and your trust in us very seriously, and we never take it for granted. That's why when you join our Miracle Club, you'll receive regular updates on how your money is helping to save more lives. And you'll get these, more stories and photos of kids who will have a better chance to a healthy future thanks to you.
I would like to use my credit card, please.
If you call right now and use your credit card or checking account to join the Miracle Club, we'll give you and a sick child who's in the hospital this special little bear. One to remind you and one to remind a precious child of the wonderful thing you've done. Call right now or visit us online to join today. Your monthly gift is so important. It means that more money can go directly to saving children's lives. Miracle Club members, with their support of $21 a month, help save children every single day, helping us develop better treatments, find more cures for the deadly childhood diseases that take the lives of far too many children.
We give enough for what we got from that hospital. We love the hospital.
People should support sick kids because they're not just helping maybe their own child that's sick, but they're supporting other people. They could save other kids' lives.
The health and well-being of our children is the health and well-being of our future. They are our future.
Losing even one child is too much, and that's why we desperately need more support, more calls. If you believe, like I do, that it just isn't right, that children shouldn't have to suffer, that children shouldn't have to die when there's something we can do, please be that special person who picks up the phone right now. At Sick Kids, we imagine every child healthy. It's a dream, but we're determined to live that dream one treatment at a time, one child at a time. All that's missing is you. Please call right now.
There's a moment that every parent dreads, and it's finding out that your child is sick. I know because I'm a parent myself. But for this mother, when that dreadful moment came, it was more like a nightmare. And no one could have prepared her for the worst word any parent could hear: cancer.
It is the worst diagnosis as a parent that you can be given. But we were determined to fight.
Beautiful, magical Megan. She was diagnosed with a rare brain tumor, and doctors knew there was little hope. As a baby, there was no sign of what was to come.
Perfectly healthy. Absolutely no signs of anything. Joyous child, very happy, very angelic actually, right from the start.
This little angel had something special that attracted everyone. She even had an amazing way with animals who seemed to sense her magical heart. Life was wonderful until, without warning, she became incredibly sick and had to be rushed to Sick Kids, where her doctor struggled to give her parents the news.
I knew something was horribly wrong. And when we walked in, he said, "It's the worst kind of brain tumor you can have. There's no treatment."
Even though the odds were against them, Megan and her mom started their incredible journey to beat those odds. Everything from chemotherapy to radiation. And through it all, this special little girl found even more in her heart to give. Everyone at Sick Kids loved her, and they celebrated every small victory along the way, including her last day of chemotherapy.
I couldn't have imagined this journey without the wonderful staff at Sick Kids. They provide everything imaginable, right from the physical to the emotional to the spiritual well-being of the child and the family.
And that tenderness came from everywhere. Megan's community and schools surrounded her with love and provided a special kind of healing, with 1,000 cranes of hope specially handmade for Megan during her battle to survive, a special gift. But there was another special gift from Megan on Mother's Day that Denise will never forget.
And I opened it, and she said, "This is a very special feather." It says, "It's a feather from an angel's wing, and it's a very special angel. And you have to keep this feather forever and hold on to it. And it's my special gift to you." And she needed clearly to tell me that she was an angel that came to this earth for a very clear reason, and that she needed to go for a very clear reason.
Tragically, just 2 months later, Megan died. But just before Megan said, "Mommy, don't cry. Everything will be all right." Because somehow this little angel knew that her death would not be in vain. And as Denise left the hospital that day with tears in her eyes, she saw something incredible, a vision of love and surrounding the hospital.
I thought, that's it. I need to come back one day and bring enough people with me to once again hug Megan and all the Megans, all the children inside Sick Kids who need that message of hope and that message of love and that message of human compassion.
And even though she knew it wouldn't bring Megan back, Denise felt compelled as a mother and a human being to help others who were suffering with cancer. And so she created Megan's Walk, a giant group hug so other sick children could be healed with Megan's love.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Denise knows all too well that until a cure is found, the best thing everyone here can give these kids is love and hope.
Children who are journeying with palliative care, with cancer, with any form of disease, they're, in my mind, the bravest kids in the world. And they can't do this without our support, without our love. So to see people who came in from all over come together as one to give these kids this message of hope and love on Mother's Day is such a powerful feeling. It's beyond what I would have ever imagined.
The walk continues to grow as Megan touches people's hearts all around the world, and as her message of hope helps families and doctors carry on and find a cure.
Oh, look at these cards. Oh, look at that draw. Look, it's the hug. This is the human spirit right here.
Cards and letters from around the world. A chance for children everywhere to find hope through. And for Denise, a chance to feel that even though she'll never have Megan back, perhaps other mums won't have to go through what she's been through. And every day, Denise thanks Megan for the gift she's given so many. She knows she's listening and that she'll help make her greatest wish come true.
My wish is that one day we can have less children die of brain tumors, less children die of cancer, and less families have to suffer.
And every day, Megan's mom prays that Megan has some idea of the difference she's already made and the thousands of lives she's touched. When Megan's walk happens every Mother's Day, parents and their kids throughout the hospital come to the windows so they can get their hug from Megan. It's hard to believe one small child has had such an impact on so many people, but it's what she would have wanted, to make others feel better and to take their pain away. Megan is a special gift to this hospital and to children who suffer so much when she didn't die in vain. But brain tumors are the #1 cause of cancer deaths in children and adolescents under 20. Please help us continue our fight to find a cure for the brain cancer that took Megan, and find cures for every childhood disease that takes these children far too early. Please call with your support right now.
Our show is almost over, but we're still taking calls, and we need yours right now. This is your chance to do what you've always thought about doing, helping to ease the suffering of these sick and dying children, and you will do that with your monthly gift to Sick Kids. Please call to become a member of our Miracle Club right now.
Hello, this is Sick Kids.
When you join the Miracle Club for $21 a month, we'll send you the picture and story of a child who's being helped by Sick Kids. A child who is very sick, but who's getting the best care in the world, thanks to people like you. Sick Kids saves children here in Canada, and we also train doctors and nurses from around the world so they can improve the lives of children right in their own country. At Sick Kids, we help sick and dying children who need us, no matter where they're from. When you support Sick Kids with a monthly gift, you give us the funds we need to continue this work. When you join the Miracle Club for $21 a month, that's just 70 cents a day, you'll also receive regular updates about how your money is being spent, including more stories and photos of children you're helping.
I'd like to use pre-authorized checking, please.
When you use your credit card or checking account to join right now, we'll also send you this cuddly little bear. He's our way of saying thanks. But the most exciting part, we'll give another bear, one just like yours, to a sick child in the hospital. And joining is easy. You can call or visit our website to join online. Either way, please just do it right now.
I never thought that this would happen to me. I'm sure lots of other parents out there never expect something like this will happen to their child. And you never know when your life is going to be taken from you or whether it's going to be jeopardized in some way. So I think it's so important that people know that it could happen to anyone. And would you want to see an innocent child suffer? No one wants to see that. So I think it's so important that people donate and that they do whatever they can to help these innocent kids, or because you can save a life, you can make a difference in a child's life.
Remember Megan, that amazing little girl who fought so hard against the cancer that claimed her life and who inspired so many to keep up the fight in her name? Well, I'd like to share one more story about her with you. She was only 4, and no one said anything to her about dying. But one day, while she was a patient at Sick Kids, Megan drew a picture for Mother's Day. It was a picture of 2 people, her mommy and daddy, and above their heads was Megan as a little angel. When she gave her parents the picture, Megan told them she would always be with them. Only a few weeks later, on Father's Day, this incredible little girl lost her life to brain cancer. Megan's story is a reminder to me that we still haven't conquered many of the diseases that still devastate our children. We can't save them all. But if you believe that every child deserves the best care and the best shot at a life without disease, then please call, and please do it right now.
I'm so thankful Sick Kids is here. and that children are being helped. And I know you're thankful too. But our thanks is not enough to keep going. We also desperately need more support. Please be that lifeline to the children by supporting Sick Kids today. There are only minutes left, so please reach out and call right now while you're thinking of it. The opportunity to save more lives is real, but only if you make the decision to support Sick Kids today.
From the day I walked through those doors, I have nothing but praise for Sick Kids. They have been incredible.
It's definitely a miracle that I'm here today. And Sick Kids is the miracle. There's not a question about it that I would not be here if it weren't for them.
I've never met a more fine and beautiful group of people in my life than the group of people who make up Sick Kids Hospital.
Sick Kids has been my home away from home, has been one of the greatest homes any child could have, I guess, and for me it's been my saving home. This hospital is the best in the whole world. I owe my life to them, and I can't explain how grateful I am. There's nothing I could say.
I really couldn't imagine how I would have gotten through taking care of Stevie Ray without Sick Kids. And you're certainly not going to get the expertise. I mean, these people are top of the line.
Christopher's almost 3 when he was diagnosed, and he's going to be 6 soon. There are no words to tell somebody that they gave you back your son.
I can't imagine trying to go through something like we did without having Sick Kids.
I'm Paul Gross, and on behalf of Sherry Miller and everyone here today, thank you for watching. Our operators are standing by, so please, make that phone call right now.
This hospital is the most important hospital for all the kids in Canada, for sure. It is an important institution, so important that we have to keep her at any cost.
People should support Sick Kids because they're not just helping maybe their own child that's sick, but they're supporting other people. They could save other kids' lives.
The health and well-being of our children is the health and well-being of our future. They are our future.